What's going on, guys? Grab you a cup like always. One of the most ubiquitous backpacks to ever be has been the good old Alice pack. Alice packs have been around in a couple of different variations, what seems like forever. Early iterations of it can trace its way all the way back to the Vietnam War, and they have been around ever since, all the way up to the first probably half of the GWAT. It has long been a very popular ruck for the armed prepared citizen and those in preparedness in general to get, because you could typically find them relatively inexpensive on the surplus market, eBay, so on and so forth. The Alice pack seems to be one of those things that a lot of people either have a love-hate relationship with. Some people love them, some people hate them. Me personally, I'm kind of in the middle. There's been times when I hated it. It's what I was issued way back in the day. And there's been times when, you know, it wasn't so bad. It all depends. And y'all excuse me while I make a slight modification here. I didn't have the camera set up just right. But there are ways that you can make the Alice a little bit more functional, a little bit more useful, and throw a little bit of new life into the old girl. Now, a couple things to think about up front. Alice packs are getting hard to find. The surplus market is really drying up. They've been bought up, and unfortunately a lot of what you can find out there now is pretty well trashed and thrashed. It's just the nature of the beast. Finding parts for the Alice, i.e. shoulder straps, frames, the kidney pads and waist belts, that has become even harder to find than the packs themselves, because those are also trashed and messed up. And when you do find some that are in relatively good shape, the price is honestly way more than what I would want to pay for those particular items. Now, if you go back and look at some of my older videos, a couple years ago I showed you that I upgraded one of my Alice packs with a frame and shoulder pad set from Crossfire, which is the same frame and shoulder pads that they use on their DG3. I have been really happy with this setup. It works great. There's a couple of little things about it that aren't perfect, but they're things that I can overlook, okay? And I use this pack quite a bit for a couple of different roles. Not important for this video. That is an option. However, you have to understand that's a relatively expensive route to go. And depending on what shape your pack's in, you might not want to dump that much money into it. Now, the original Alice pack is going to have a kidney pad and waist belt that I've got buckled around back on this one, and your shoulder straps and your aluminum frame. This is what an original one is going to be like. Is it perfect? No. Does it work? Yes. However, if you've got an Alice that's in good shape and you love that pack, you want to stick with it, you want to keep using it, but you want to make it more betterer, and yes, those are words because I made them up. Well, actually, a friend of mine made them up. I just stole them from him, so there you go. There are some options that you can do to upgrade that pack, give it some new life, and make it a little bit more user-friendly, for lack of a better word. And that is by going to Tactical Tailor. Ta-da! Yes, Tactical Tailor. So, quick word on Tactical Tailor. Tactical Tailor was one of the very first nylon gear makers that I bought gear from and set up when I finally forced myself to move on from my old Alice gear. They were the very first one that I went to. I ran their stuff for many, many years. I still have some of their stuff. Still like it. Still think it's great. Most of you are probably no stranger to the name Tactical Tailor, but these are Tactical Tailor's super straps. Now, these are the ones that they make for the Tactical Tailor Malice pack, which is it's their version of a large Alice. I had one, absolutely loved it. I ended up needing some money and had other packs at the time, and I sold it to a friend. He is still getting good mileage out of it, as far as I know. I miss it and wish I had it back, just because reasons. There's a lot that it offers. However, that's not what this is about. The Tactical Tailor Super Straps give you a really nice upgrade to the existing surplus Alice shoulder straps. As you can see, these are far thicker padded. The padding is longer, so it goes all the way up. You can put it all the way up to the frame and still come all the way down to here. You've got simpler, more modern quick release, side release buckles versus the older Alice pull type. You get a sternum strap, which with the originals you don't. And then with their super belt, you get a nice wide wraparound padded belt. And on the wings right here, you get some molly webbing if you want to detach pouches on there, which for the armed prepared citizen, depending on your role, might be something important that you want to be able to do on your ruck. The adjustments on the belt, and I've got these shrunk all the way down because I typically run it around the back, are my preferred pull forward method. So when you buckle it up, you grab these and you pull it forward to tighten it up instead of backwards. Minor detail, but I like it better. Last but not least, you have Tactical Tailor's frame. Now this is a huge, huge upgrade to the original Alice frame, in my opinion. It is far stronger, and quite honestly, I find it to be more comfortable. Finding a good frame right now, if you just go do a quick eBay search on Alice frames, you're going to see a whole lot of trash that is pretty much at the end of its life for ridiculous amounts of money. The Tactical Tailor stuff is going to bring a whole lot of new life to this pack, as long as the pack itself is still in good shape. On that note, Tactical Tailor does offer modifications to Alice packs. You can send it in and they will mod your medium or large Alice out a whole slew of different ways. And if it needs repairs, they can probably even make repairs to it. I've done a few mods to mine myself, such as putting quick release buckles on there. And same on this one, so on and so forth. I'll probably eventually mod the pockets at some point, but I sew gear for a living, and it's kind of something I've got the capability of doing. Most of you probably don't. Ergo, the services that Tactical Tailor offers, you can send it in and they will mod stuff up and make it all kind of super awesome for you. If you need it repaired, I'm sure they can probably accomplish that. Just so many options. Even though I shouldn't have to, I'm going to have to stop and throw in a caveat here. No, Tactical Tailor did not pay me to make this video. I'm not getting a dime from Tactical Tailor or anybody else for making this video. I'm making this video simply to try to share information and thoughts with you guys in hopes that maybe it'll help some of you out. That's it. That's the only reason. There you go. Now, Some of you may be already saying, oh, well, I've went and looked at their super straps and the frames and they're not cheap. Well, they're not cheap, but comparatively speaking on the market, they're not bad considering what you're getting for the money, especially if you're looking at getting a pack and trying to get it set up and trying to find shoulder straps and frame and everything is a challenge. So, I mean, it's a trade-off. You can get worn out surplus junk, or you can spend some more and get newer good stuff that's going to last a really, 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 really long time, probably longer than you, and make for a far better experience using the stuff. I was going to try to find something. Is this it? Yeah. So, for example, every once in a while, you can find Alices that are very lightly used or were new old stock. Buddy of mine found this one and hooked me up with it. He got a couple of them. As you can see, the lid is still in perfect shape. The writing on it is crystal clear. I don't think this thing was ever used. If it was, it wasn't used much because the webbing's not even dirty or faded. It's good to go and darn near like brand new. There is a ton of life left in this pack. Now, unfortunately for now, I've still got the old original stuff on there that, believe it or not, this is off of my old personal Alice from way, way, way back when, because that pack's kind of, not gonna lie, it's seen better days. It's got a lot of fraying on it and a lot of wear on it, and it's more a nostalgia thing that just stays in the back of the ruck closet for the time being. But since I had this pack, I went ahead and took my frame and straps off because they're still somewhat usable until I can upgrade them and make it more betterer. Maybe even with something like the TT. So, just to give you an idea of how it looks when you get her on, guys, the difference in how this feels over the issue frame and shoulder straps is night and day. And I don't even have any weight on this, but if I push down on it, that is so much more comfortable. One of the benefits of an Alice and the TT setup is that if you're running a LBE type rig, which is my primary preferred rig for a lot of uses, not all uses, but a lot, then this does a really good job of being what's considered a high back ruck, and then it doesn't sit way down here on your waist. It's up above your waist and will ride on top of your load bearing gear in the back. Works as a nice system. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it, guys. It is typical Tactical Tailor construction. It is sewn great. It's made great. To me, it's worth the cost of what you're paying to get it, especially to upgrade your old Alice and bring it back into some new life. It's just a really good way to go. Is it for everybody? Obviously not. But if it is for you, then it's for you. I mean, I could bore you with all the like super details of the kind of webbing and stuff they use from a manufacturer standpoint, but if you know anything about my gear and the way I make gear, then you'll understand when I say it's made well. I don't have to worry about this gear failing. I feel perfectly comfortable running it. Tactical Tailor's got some good stuff. You can get these in a couple of different flavors. I know they've got the OD green like this. They've got coyote. They got black. So the only thing that would make this more awesome, and Tactical Tailor, if you're listening, would be if they did a run of these in God's plaid. That would be even more awesome. So hint, hint, if anybody from TT happens to see this, there you go. So, bringing the old Alice back to life with some new straps and frame from Tactical Tailor. It's an option, guys. If you've got the pack and don't want to spend the money on another new pack, but you really want to upgrade it, that's not a bad way to spend your money in bringing this one back to life and making it work for you. Because at the end of the day, it's all about running with what you've got and making it work for you, and doesn't matter what anybody else is using or thinks or whatever. So go check it out. I will put links to their website in the description, hopefully, and y'all give it a look. Most importantly, whatever pack you got, however you got it set up, put the thing on and get out and use it. If you just need to load it up with a bunch of books, put it on and go for a walk with it. Go walk a couple of miles. Walk around your backyard. Walk up and down the road. Do something, but get time under your pack. It's very important, and I think a highly underrated and underutilized activity. So these will make it a lot easier. You guys take care. Get out there and get after it. I'll see you later.